Hello, this is Home Tech, and I've been thinking about talking about this. I think this is worth discussing. Now, I've described my hate for Tekken Tag 2, a lot in the more recent past, but I feel as though I've been too hard on this game because everybody else is like, "What are you talking about, man? Tekken Tag 2 is the GOAT. That's the greatest of all time." And I just never felt that way about the game. I got the game on the day of release on PS3 after work back in 2012. I think it was like September 2012. And I just was not. I was trying to enjoy it. I just couldn't enjoy it. I couldn't get into it. Trust me, I really wanted to love this game. I wanted to feel like I was playing Tekken Tag 1 for the first time all over again, and I didn't feel it, man. I just didn't feel that high. I hit that Tekken Tag 2 crack pipe, and and no smoke was coming out of it. There was no white cloud or nothing above my head or nothing, Maybe I just wasn't smoking this shit right. I don't know, man. So I think I feel as though it feels like an even cheesier, a weaker Tekken 6 to me. And I mean, that is what it's supposed to be at the end of the day. I mean, what is Tekken Tag 1? A weaker Tekken 3? A weaker, that's not what it was back in the arcades, though, really. But I mean, I digress. I feel as though Tekken Tag 2, it had all the potential in the world, but it was just quantity over quality. That's how I felt. I thought I bought this game at a bad time in my life. I had a lot of issues, substance abuse problems 10, 12 years ago, whatever. And I just, even though I was, making extra money at my job, making good money, I just wasn't really happy. I had a lot of issues. And I thought that was the reason why I just couldn't really enjoy this game. Then I realized that maybe this game wasn't really advertised correctly. And I don't hate this game because of anything that's like online play and all the broken shit. I think this game is definitely broken. But that's never really bothered me. I don't really care that much about playing online, so I'm not going to judge. I think it's unfair to judge a game based off of people cheating online. That's not really a fair assessment of the game. I'm more so judging the game as a whole. And yeah, I don't think it was. I mean, I go back to the old days. See, I'm an old school Tekken player. My introduction to the series was Tekken 2. Okay. So I go way back. A lot of people started back when I started. So a lot of them, but see, I'm not a nostalgic to a fault either, though. Cause I like Tekken 8. I enjoyed Tekken 8. I enjoyed Tekken 8 more than I enjoyed Tekken 7. I can tell you that much. And Tag 2 and Tekken 6. So I can't say it's better than Tekken 5. I don't know. I don't think Tekken 8 is that good. But this I think is one of the best games we had in a long time. Generally speaking, I mean, it ain't perfect, but back to my argument. Tekken 2 was my introduction was Tekken 2, and Tekken 2 was arcade. My introduction to Tekken 3 was the arcade, almost at the same time. My introduction to Tekken Tag 1 was the arcade. And this is back in 1999, mind you. Not 2001 when I first got it on PS2. Because the arcade version of Tekken Tag 1 was lit, bro. That game was God in the arcade. I'm telling you. because the arcade version looks a hell lot different than what you see on PS2, the console version. And I ended up being disappointed playing Tekken Tag 1 on PS2. I felt as though Tekken 3 is just a better game. When it's all said and done, because the arcade version of Tekken Tag 1, it felt gritty. It felt like a grittier version of Tekken 3, and Tekken 3 was already gritty in itself. It felt like the best Tekken of all time. But then you play it at home, and it's kind of overrated. It's kind of, it's good, but it's not great. And this is not just my opinion of Tekken Tag 1 on PS2. Look at the sales. Tekken Tag 1 did not sell that good. Tekken 3 sold better than every second game overall. It did not beat Tekken 3 in sales at all. So that goes to show you. I think Tekken Tag 1 sold maybe over 1 million copies, but not maybe 2 million. Like, it really didn't do that well. I don't think I was the only one that kind of thought that Tekken Tag 1 felt a little bit too cheesy on the new cutting edge PS2 console. Hell, but I digress. Further to prove my point, my introduction to Tekken 4 was the arcade. My introduction to Tekken 5, even Tekken 5, was the arcade back in early 2005, December 2004. Now that was the end. Now Tekken 5 was the last game I played in a regular arcade. But you see a pattern here. Tekken 1 was the only game I wasn't introduced to in the arcade. I got to play these games before actually owning them. Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, I played a version of that at Dorney Park or some shit. Tekken 6. Even I saw Tekken 6 on PSP online. Never played it in the arcade, but at least I've seen the game. I've seen Zafina, I've seen the new characters. And I thought Zafina looked dope in Tekken 6. And eventually, I bought my first PS3 in 2010. And the first game I bought was Tekken 6, and I didn't think Tekken 6 was all that great, but I enjoyed it for what it was worth. But what was my introduction to Tekken Tag 2? I can't even tell you. I don't know how I realized the game came out. I didn't know. Did it have any type of commercials or anything? I don't know. I don't know how I found this game. I've known about it before it was released to buy it on release date, but I don't know. Maybe I went to GameStop and they told me it's coming out. I saw a poster. That's how I saw a poster that it was coming out in September 2012. But that's not much of a way to find out. You see what I'm saying? So maybe it really didn't have. It didn't get a whole lot of vignettes or anything. No arcades. Arcades were dead soon after Tekken 5 came out. So, and it's funny because Tekken 5 was the beginning of the decline. After Tekken 5, the series declined. I think arcades dying out had a lot to do with that. But anyhow, Tekken Tag 2. Is it the GOAT? Tekken Tag 2 is talked about greatly these days. I think the game is missed. And I'll be playing this game pretty shortly when I'm done with Tekken 6, of course. And my Tekken Tag 2 arcade tournament is going to go a little bit differently too. It's going to be a lot more stages. You're going to see. So I got a lot to show with that game. I'm not sure if I can really blame this game for doing commercially bad, because the game, I've never really been a big fan of this game, but I can't really say it sucks. I mean, I felt as though it was more quantity than quality. I felt like you got all these different characters in the game, but none of them did anything special. I felt like none of them was important. All the characters were there just to be there, but then again, I mean, I can say the same thing about Tekken Tag 1. That's why Tekken Tag 1 didn't do so well. It's kind of like, I mean, it did alright, but it didn't compare to Tekken 3 and 2, it didn't do too good. Like, I felt like Tekken Tag is the all-star where you get all the characters, but at the same time, it's more quantity than quality. Tekken Tag 1 was very lazy when it came to the endings, whereas Tekken Tag 2 put all their work in the character endings, but they were just too cheesy. I felt like Tekken Tag 1 would have done better if it didn't go the Tekken 1 route as far as the character endings. But I understand why they did it. You got to pay homage to all three of the games prior, and Tekken 1 is one of those games. So it copied Tekken 1 with character endings. And it's going to be more quantity than quality anyhow, because it's Tekken Tag. It's a non-canon game. I think it suffered from being non-canon, and that it didn't get a whole lot of commercial behind it. It just kind of just came out. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, maybe I think Tekken Tag 2 is a better game than I think it is. And I probably think I would enjoy it more now. The reason why I'm playing this gallery music, you know, is because this was always my favorite part of the game. This gallery theme. I love the music behind this. This is the only thing I really liked about this game. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like anything else about this game. I'm trying to like it more now, because I'm gonna get to it pretty soon. And if you got any ideas for some Rihanna videos, I don't know how much I'll be playing this game for that, because my PS3 doesn't really work that well anymore. I have to force this game to work. But yeah, man. Y'all tell me, what do y'all think of Tekken Tag 2? Do y'all think it's the GOAT? Do y'all think it's one of the greatest Tekkens of all time? Or you didn't really like this game either when you started playing it? You know. Y'all let me know in the comments. Peace out.